Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6. Let's continue our endeavor to grow the German Empire. So, our crossbowman survived. We expected this crossbowman to be attacked. The margins are small. So, pillage. So, I wonder, this diamond here, does this belong to Washington or to New York? It's Washington, you can see that on the tooltip, that's pretty good. I think we have pillaged most of the tiles now that belongs to New York. At least the tiles that can give... Oh, this tile still needs to be pillaged. But this guy can't do that because... he needs to retreat unless we kill this crossbowman this turn. Because this is the only unit that threatens this crossbowman. Nay! No! I shot by mistake. Ha! Well, now I don't have a choice. Well, that's bad. This crossbowman will now die. I did not intend to shoot with this crossbowman. Can't really attack him either with anyone else. We need to attack this crossbowman. We might not have to kill him this turn, but I think it makes sense to kill him. The terrain here is really bad for an invasion. Could be worse, of course, but... maybe I'll just attack the city and get it over with. I'm gonna miss this culture theater square pillage. So, and we're racing it, right? I'm not convinced. I mean, but yeah. We're gonna have loyalty pressure and issues, and it's gonna be make it a hassle to if you keep the city. Maybe we can't take it. Maybe this is not enough. Yeah, we can't stand and shoot from afar on the city because of these hills here. Yeah, we can take the city. Because we can attack with both of these units here. So yeah, we missed to pillage this jade as well. But that's fine. Notice how the government plaza was raised. Yeah, it was a government plaza, nothing else there. Notice how it was raised when I captured New York, because you can only have one government plaza in your civilization, in your empire, and I have one already. Raise it. There we go. So. Was the plan to take metal casting and then go for industrialization? I think so, because we want square rigging to be... Yeah, so we can get the boost for siege tactics. Yeah, this makes sense. Because we're currently building musketmans in Ashen. I think next is New Orleans. Goal here is to knock down this district and occupy it. We need to occupy it with a melee unit though. Builder goes. Where is Magnus? He's at Heidelberg in 3 turns. Do I have time to make a farm here? Do I want a farm here? Of course I do. One more builder action on this builder. You go and make a farm there. I will send this archer and stand and just occupy this square in, at Antioch. A little bit cheesy, perhaps. So. I'm curious to see what it looks like over here. More builders. My hunger for builders can't be satisfied easily. More musketmans. We have one more promotion here, governor title. But I think I can wait with it a bit. Yeah, these initial promotions are not that useful. They get better like down in the next tier. So I'm just gonna hold off this governor title. So notice how I'm 5 era score from normal age, and I need that the next era starts in 11 to 31 turns, and that shouldn't be a problem for me. But I'm not gonna like be in a hurry to accumulate era score. So now if he shoots my crossbowman, then it's gonna be a trade. Then he can't retreat into Washington. So that means I'm gonna kill this crossbowman, and I'm fine with a 1 versus 1 trade with the United States, because my production is like 10 times the amount for America. So that's fine. Let's continue. John Curtin doesn't like me. Yeah, it's because I raised New York. I have accumulated grievances. He did not shoot my crossbowman, so this means I can save him. This crossbowman is now exposed, but if I stay on this spot here, I will get shot by this crossbowman, and I don't want that. So I'm actually gonna retreat here. This guy stands in a bad spot. there. You rest. You move back. Yeah. We have a great person to claim, I see here. It's a great merchant. Gives 2 envoys. Yeah, I think it's just gonna recruit it. Did nothing else happen this turn? Next turn we get Taj Mahal. We get another musketman. We do want to occupy this district though, so maybe I will move my horsemen into it. Let's scout a little bit here first. I wonder if I can move into the district when the nearby tile is occupied. Let's see. Yes, I can. So, that's great, now that I control the district there. Things are gonna be much easier now that when I can like safely be on this hill, these hill tiles where New York was previously. Did you move away? Because we don't want you to be in the shot range of Washington crossbowman. Go there. This guy is a little bit... if he comes with a knight now, this crossbowman is dead. Yeah, you stay there. We're gonna kill New Orleans next. So this was the get 200 gold, and it's just activated. So we have 6 envoys. The question is, do we take Nazca from John Curtin to deny him the diplomatic points? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna save my envoys. Okay. Trader, short trade routes. Go Berlin, or you go... We do have a trade route. We have roads there, so maybe we will choose Nuremberg here. Do we have roads here? We have roads on these tiles, but not on this tile here. What about Heidelberg? I don't think we have roads here, so I'm gonna send this one. Even though the yield is pretty bad. Repair, improvement. Rest. I wonder if this barbarian encampment is still here. Next turn. John Carter wants gold from me. Sorry, you can't hurt me.
Did you ever build a castle in the air? Here is one.
Taj Mahal. +1 era score from historic moments earned after this victory is complete. If that moment is usually worth 2 or more era score. Must be built next to a river. So if I get a historic moment that would usually yield 2 era score, I instead now get 3 era score for that moment. it's the same thing. If it's usually worth 3, I get 4 instead, and so on. If the historic moment is worth 1, I still only get 1. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for those. But this is just gonna help me to avoid dark ages in the future, and that's quite important, I think. Important enough to build Taj Mahal. Well, if you have the space and the production for it, it doesn't really provide anything else than that. Musketmans. I think I'm gonna start with the Hansa this time, maybe, and not the aqueduct. Trader in Magdeburg. Do you go Berlin or do you go Nürnberg? I kind of want the road here. It's a little bit vain, maybe, but it's still +2 production. It's fine. So next worker. I think you're gonna go to Heidelberg as well. When you put Magnus in a city, it's a good idea to give that city some attention from your workers. So there's a knight. Knights are pretty tough against crossbowmen. Now notice now how we can occupy this highland, these hills, with my crossbowmen, and now I can dominate my surrounding from it, from these hills. I think. Shall I move forward? I don't want the knight to be able to attack me from within the city, so I want some range. Now I think the crossbowman can go into the district now. I'm not sure though. We'll see. Yeah, I could. Perfect. We're just basically farming experience and what's it called? Great general points. So one more musketeer. And of course more builders. Notice now how I have 2 turns on the builder and I have 1 turn on colonialism. What I could do is that if I want to swap away from the policy card, public works, what I should do then is to postpone colonialism 1 turn, so that colonialism and this worker finishes at the same time. But I think I'm gonna continue using public works even like the next civic that I research. Yeah. Oh, I see that I also need to build an archaeological museum. So, but I have a bunch of cities that are producing that can build them. Like this guy, for example. Trier. What else? Yeah. I think Trier is gonna make it. Mainz, maybe? He makes it in 7 turns. Trier makes it in 6 turns. So, there we go. Question is, shall we build bank or museum in Mainz? I think bank. No. Yes. Again, choices. We're not short on other great works slots, right? No, we're not. So, museum it is. This guy, however, builds bank or campus. Yeah, I'm kind of science starved. Let's continue. She wants my niter. She can have my niter. I want raw gold though. I mean, I want her first. Let's see if we can make a bigger deal here. I also want the marble. She can have this. This is okay for me. What about if I give her wine as well? She still wants 3 gold. How much am I getting for those? Yeah, she only wants the diamond from me. That's the only thing that I get like value from. I need these amenities. Look at the number of the great works she has. I need to plunder those. Okay. Replaceable parts boosted. That's why am I not seeing it? Here we go. Yeah, own 3 musketmen. That's the one. There's a little glitch in the game that it says you get the boost, and you have the boost, but it doesn't show here yet in the science tree. So we just let's fix this first. I mean, here we could actually. What if we swap back to? What if we remove the plunder and policy card? And what if we remove the wonder producing policy card? I'm still producing 2 wonders, but is it worth it? What if I postpone? I mean, how long are we gonna? How long is this session gonna be? I'm gonna go for natural history. He finishes the museum in 6 turns, so I think this is gonna be fine. We might have to offset 1 turn into like diplomatic service, but we'll see about that. So it's gonna be approximately 6 turns to next. I mean, this civic session is gonna be 6 turns long. So maybe I don't need to pillage in the coming 6 turns. Look, he's producing wonders. Kilva Kisivani is the same thing that I'm producing up here. 9 turns to my completion. How far is he? Is he farther than me? Is he? Yeah. It looks like he's gone farther. Huh. If he produces it before I kill New Orleans, I'm gonna raise it. Well, I'm not gonna raise it. I'm gonna have to keep it. But if I can take the city before he finishes it, maybe I will raise it. I don't see any coastal resources here, so I might not have to settle on the coast here. I mean, the spot seems to be decent, right? He could have settled on the Plains Hill, but he didn't. He has Cardiff to the south, 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles to Nazca. I mean, I could settle down here on the this hill or this hill, if that helps me in any way. Is there any tile down here that I need to have in my range? Yeah, this no, this is in range of Nazca. This one, this cattle here needs to be in range of some city, but I'm gonna have a city somewhere that has this. Maybe here. This is a Plains Hill. Let's start planning. What if I build a city here? Then I get the cattle there. I could also build it here. Or here even. We could have a... Yeah, this is not a terrible spot. This is not a terrible spot. That means we would have to push this city to the coastline. So we could have this city here, for example. Or along the river. I mean, we could have it here. If we use this city, we could have... So, let's do it like this. Change this icon to my alternative city spot. If I have this, I'm gonna have to settle here, for example. Or, so alternative sign. Or here. What tiles does Nazca not reach here? He reaches these two. He doesn't reach... Yeah, he reaches this. He doesn't reach this. But this city does. So there is no missing tiles, even if we settle down here. I think both of these versions are fine. Maybe I don't have to make the decision right now. 1 to 3. Yeah, this is also fine in terms of range from Cardiff. Am I planning to take Cardiff? Cities receive +1, +2 power for every harbor building. I mean, that could be very good for me. So maybe I will save Cardiff and be suzerain of it. If I'm suzerain of it, I want to settle my cities as close as possible to Cardiff. Because I want to deny Cardiff of space. The cities states that I'm suzerain of, they don't need to have much space. I just want them for their unique bonus. So maybe if I'm saving Cardiff and keeping it alive, I might. I mean, the yields here are great. Look at this, because we have a natural wonder here. So the yields are absolutely terrific to work these tiles. So Cardiff could be a great city to own for that reason. Huh. Okay. What can I say? The plot thickens, or maybe that's not the correct term for this. So I built my 3 musketmans. Now what? I still have 2 turns to bombards, so I don't need to build them. I can't build them yet. So I'm switching out feudal contract policy. So I could keep the pillage policy and just switch over to defensive buildings, limes. Because are there any more that I needed? Well, I could produce caravels, right? So instead of defensive buildings, I could have caravels, or instead of pillaging. Yeah, it's time to build the caravels now. There we go. We're keeping these 2. Are we keeping public works? Are we keeping skyscrapers? That's the question. Shall I switch to settlers? I mean, yeah. If I'm switching to settlers, I want to switch out the limes. Because building settlers is like a filler, like something you do when you don't have anything better to produce. Same with the walls, city walls. It's like low down in priority list of priorities. Might be time to build settlers now. So we're doing this and keeping the pillage policy. Notice how I'm carefully choosing my policies, and that I'm using my policies to the greatest extent that I can. So notice how, I mean, one of the military policies I get from Alhambra, one of the wildcard policies I get from Forbidden City, and I also get one military policy from the German unique bonus. And without all these 3, I would have considerably less options, and I could do less stuff at the same time. Now I can do simultaneously build naval units and pillage and produce settlers, you know, and produce builders. I would have to be much more narrow if I didn't have these 3 extra slots. Okay, let's continue. Confirm and make sure we're producing the correct stuff now. Ashen, start with you. You're not producing any builders units now, so maybe time for bank. We're not producing walls either, so bank for you. This looks okay. Frankfurt, you are. So here's a little problem. I'm gonna produce caravels here now. 2 turns for a caravel. That's very fast. But how important is the shipyard? Plus 25 combat experience for all naval units trained in this city. A bonus production equal to the adjacent bonus of the harbor district. So the harbor district has only, well, it has no adjacency bonus actually. Well, no, it has adjacency bonus from the city. I'm pretty sure. Harbor. Yeah. Plus 2 gold from each adjacent city center, so it will get plus 2 production. Plus 1 production on all unimproved coast tiles. So that means this coast tile and possibly this if I put this on the Frankfurt's control. and +1 food and +3 production base. So what I, but the thing to produce shipyard before Caravel is to give the Caravel 25% extra experience. So, but I don't really want to spend. Like I want to build my Caravels during this civic session. So now that I have press gangs activated. So what I might do here, I might purchase a shipyard for 1,100 gold. I have 3,000 gold. I just did. Caravel for you, 1 turn. Seems legit. Question: do I change Trier to Caravel? I would have to purchase both lighthouse and shipyard here, but I only need to build 2. There is something that I unlock for 2 caravels. But no, that was exploration, I think. Yeah, so that's this is only for exploring. Actually, there is a policy that which I need a couple of pirate ships for. Here, electricity. Own 3 privateers. So what I could do is actually just produce 3 privateers instead, or 3 instead of 3 caravels. Privateers are not as good as exploring as caravels. Caravel, 4 movement, 50 melee strength. It's a melee unit. 4 gold maintenance, 240 production. What about privateers? I think privateers come from the culture tree. Here, privateer. 280 production, it's the same thing as caravels, I think I remember. 4 maintenance. 4 movement, same. And it has range strength instead. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make privateers. I think I'm gonna make for the. So, we're changing production here. To privateer instead. So 2 turns. Maybe privateers cost more production. Let's look it up. Privateer 280 production. Caravel 240 production. Yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I think Caravels has maybe they have extra explore radius, which privateers doesn't have. It doesn't matter. I think having 3 privateers actually makes a pretty decent presence on the ocean. Like you can actually kill some naval units with those, and bombard. Like if you're along the coast, you can bombard land units and stuff. Heidelberg just completed lighthouse. We should have chopped for changing. I made a mistake. I should have put medieval walls and chopped this district. So what do I chop now? Monument or shipyard? I think monument. That gives me some overflow into Hansa. So monument. Make sure we have the control of the. Now see. If I had chopped this forest now, the production wouldn't have gone to Heidelberg, which has Magnus, which I wanted to. It would have gone to Frankfurt, because Frankfurt has control of this tile. So I have to swap first, and now I can chop. So chop. It should complete the monument, and then we get production overflow, which we can put into Hansa. Hansa now has 8 turns. So look at the number of turns to complete Hansa after we do this trick. Chop. Monument is complete. Hansa 3 turns. So actually most of the production went over into the Hansa that we got from the forest. So now we can start Hansa there, and we can now move the worker into this rainforest. Chop it, complete the Hansa, and start on Aqueduct. Perfect. This is how you micromanage your cities, your empire. The best here is 5 turns. Do we have road here already? It's hard to tell if there are roads or if these are just like how the districts are connected with each other. Maybe we don't have a road here between these two. Did we have to change anything else? I think Frankfurt will have time to produce all the 3 privateers. I don't think we have to engage any other sea, like coastal city. So the knight didn't come out. So let's do some promotions here. This could be risky going here. Could be units here. They can now shoot me and attack me. What if I just stay there? No promotions on my damage units? No. Okay. You gonna stay there and hold the line. He's always on time. So the city is probably in this spot here, or this spot. Let's assume that there is a city here. And he has the city there. Well, how much do I have to respect France's city placements? I mean, I might raise his cities anyway. Or I might not. I might just capture them. It depends. This just feels like such a great city spot. I mean, this is also great. I mean, you can have both of those. You can have a spot here. Just freshwater. It can't build the harbor, though, adjacent to the city. You could have city here. Like this is a decent spot. Well, decent spot. It looks pretty bad actually, but or even better, settle on the snow, because snow is the most useless. So we can have a harbor there. But this is really low priority. City spots. mean, we could have a you could have a city there, or even there, and then have another city in here somewhere. Anyway, let's. It doesn't really matter now. Next turn, right? Yeah, there are no. We have the workers covered. We don't have the settlers covered. We might want to build settlers now. So do we start settlers after they're finishing their stuff? I mean, how important is it to finish this campus now? Settler for London. He hasn't started his yet. What about Trier? Has he started a settler? No. How much food production? We have really bad food production in Trier. Maybe we shouldn't build settlers in Trier. Or it has adjusted food production so that it doesn't grow because of the amenity problem. Maybe I want to keep Trier this size. London is easy to cut down in size. What about Mainz? Settler for Mainz? Mainz? Settler for Köln? Settler for Mainz? And what else? Now these commercial hubs are too important, but settler for Trier. Yeah, you're gonna do that. And Aachen is like exempt from this type of... We do have a trader that needs to be built though. They will let Aachen build the trader? Yeah. Getting the trader out is too important. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Three era score for the privateer. So now we're gonna kill this. It's really tempting to move here. Okay, there I was a bit lucky. Maybe this swordsman can attack me actually. Are these drafted? Is this clock because they have been enlisted from Cardiff? Okay, Magdeburg, completed builder, new builder. Frankfurt, completed privateer. Tempting to build settler here, but yeah. Tempting to build settler. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the settler. Or do I? You know about the issue because I'm only gonna have natural history for 6 turns and I need the 6 turns for the 3 privateers. Gonna build the privateers first, and if I had time left I'm gonna build settlers. So, he completed settler. Should we start another settler or should we build... yeah, start another settler. Hamburg completed commercial hub. market is too important for trade routes. But is workshop even more important? I mean, 3 production, I get 3 production from the trade route, right? That's kind of unusual for me to prioritize the market over the trade over the workshop. My general rule is to have a production first and then gold and science or whatever. Because if you get the production first, that means you complete the science building or the gold producing building faster than you would have otherwise have done. And everything following that that building. Okay. Okay, so we have sent enough workers down to Heidelberg, perhaps? Is there any other high priority targets for workers? I mean, these hills here are really important. But we have 3 builds on this builder, so he can cover those. So this settler, shall he go all the way down here? Or shall I send him to these tundra cities? I think it makes sense to settle these, because they're closer. And since I'm sending him there, maybe I should follow up with a worker to that place. So, what you do now is we want to start exploring. We want to start circumnavigating the globe. So the choice here is 1 food or 2 production. I'm gonna go with the production, but sometimes you want to get... well, quite often actually, you want to get... losing my thought here. Yeah, sometimes you often want to place farms on hills, especially if you have farmlands nearby, because it says +1 food now, right? But if you have adjacency bonuses with farms, you can have quite a few food. So farm unlocks so +1 food, but it also says +1 food from every 2 adjacent farm tiles requires feudalism, and also +1 food from each adjacent farm tile require replaceable part. So for each adjacent, well, for every 2 adjacent farm tiles, you get 1 +1 food, and for each adjacent farm tile, you also get +1 food after replaceable parts. Well, this becomes obsolete. So after replaceable parts, you basically got 1 +1 food from each adjacent farm tiles. So, and I don't have that yet, so there is no adjacency bonus for this hill yet. But all these, for example, all these 4 farms has +1 food because they have 2 adjacent farm tiles. Okay, let's continue.
And first Hephaestus makes it.
So we have a crossbowman to kill here. Let's kill it. So what I can do is that I could hold my ground on this hill and just shoot at this guy. That could work. Problem is if this knight moves here, he's blocking my retreat way. And I don't want that. So I'm gonna... If I move here, I can't shoot the swordsman, I think. Yeah, I'm losing the... Oh, here comes another. If I move here, I think I can shoot the crossbowman. No. I thought the roads would allow me to do that. That's a bummer. Okay. Now what? We just finished metal casting, so now we can produce bombards. So now I'm gonna pre-science square riggings. That means we now produce bombards in Ashen. I need to own 2 bombards, I think it is. Yeah, 2 bombards for siege tech. So I'm gonna build 2 bombards in Ashen. So Hansa is completed. We now use workshop and we chop. There we go. I'm looking forward to get these kills with the musketman. No 4 time trade routes here. Maybe I move this trader somewhere else. Maybe to Frankfurt. Hello, America. Coming to Köln again. Did I ever finish Medieval Wall in Köln? No, I didn't. So this is still Ancient Wall. Is that it for this turn? I think so. Wait, Trier was building archaeological museum, right? I'm now I screwed up my timer for natural history. That's great. Maybe I purchase archaeological museum somewhere. Maybe in Mainz. Purchase. Yeah. Or I mean, I can also delay. Maybe it's fine to have it in 5 turns. That gives me time to complete the settler here in Frankfurt. Do I want these for the next 5 turns? I think they're fine to have. So yeah, I'm not gonna purchase the museum. I'm gonna let... Oh, so we have a crossbowman here now. New Orleans. Notice how I'm now blocking Antioch. So he can't even hurt it. Engineer, culture bomb adjacent tiles when completing any industrial zone in any city. Wow. Not that it really helps me. Well, it will help me here tremendously. When I settle this city and I build industrial zone here, it will culture bomb. Problem is that we have a forest here. So either I have to waste the forest or I have to move Magnus here. Okay, builder again. Privateer and one more privateer, and then we're done with those. Nuremberg completed. And now market is important for trade route reasons. So here I just shoot. So where should we go with our musket man? Like where do I think I have a highest chance to get? Maybe down here. There seems to be units in this area. Best I shoot or retreat? I think I'm gonna have to retreat. On the other hand, I would want to move this archer forward. We don't have pillage policy card. Yeah, we do have. So I can actually pillage this. Okay. And pillage this. Now we get the problem here. That means I have to change. You see how I'm swapping back and forth here to juggle the culture gain? I might move this guy here. And move back this guy. Or no. Yeah, I'm gonna move it back. Gonna risk. Okay. Chop, chop. Or do I chop the aqueduct? No, I don't. Build the aqueduct now, though. Trader. Shortest trade route, Heidelberg. Or Magdeburg. Magdeburg. So, this guy moves to the southwest. Do we build mines or do we build farms? I think mines. Maybe farm in this spot. No. You can't build a triangle here unless we are killing the stone here or stone there. We might replace it with the farm later. But right now we need production more than food. Oh, it seems I can just... Doesn't matter where I activate this engineer. Worker, new worker. So we have Heidelberg covered. We have this new city up in the tundra covered. This guy has 5 wheels. This has 3. That should be enough for Heidelberg. And this guy has 2 builds left. That's enough for those hills there. Let's plan for Magnus next. I think we're gonna have to, no, I'm gonna go down and improve this area. Or no, our glorious capital has a rise to improve here. Okay, that's it. He says, Teddy Roosevelt says, one way or the other, you will give me what I want. Maybe there is some forehead meta message in there. Maybe what Roosevelt wants is to get back to his Germanic roots and be joining, like he welcomes his new Germanic overlords, because that's what he's gonna get, and that might actually be what he wants. Shall we build the farm here before moving? Bombard. Where's Bombard? We need one more. Okay. So unit destroyed. More culture, but now we need to swap civic again. Maybe get this one. I mean, both of these are bad. Not gonna use them. Might as well take this. So, pillage. I mean, I'm not gonna get this boost anyway, right? Have an alliance with another civilization. I might as well dump in this. So he moved out his knight here. Can I kill it in one turn? Maybe not. We did. But we're exposing our crossbowman here. one more bombard. 3 turns. Yeah. Congress is about to meet. Someone has called a special session of the World Congress. I hope I'm not the target. Or if I am the target, what are they gonna do about it? John Curtin is still ahead of me in science per turn. But despite his big advantage throughout the game in science per turn against me, he only has 2 more researches, technologies researched compared to me. He has 36 technologies researched and I have 34. Compared to Roosevelt and Eleanor, they're way back, way behind. Okay, next turn. Okay, so this was on a different continent. Electricity. So this was the 3 privateers produced. So now I'm gonna change to settler. Farming these experience points. And the privateer, shall he go south as well and help against America? Or shall I send him to the north? Like northwest? Maybe I should even send him along this northern coast here to the northeast. For exploring purposes. Okay. Settle. There is no disadvantage in settling right now, I think. I mean, there might be an idea to wait for the worker and wait for Magnus to be able to swap city. But no, it's like Regensburg. Nice name. Okay. The nice thing here is that I've already decided where to settle the districts, so I don't need to sit down and think about that now. I've already done that work, so to speak. So shall I farm? Should I stand here and farm experience points in Washington, or I think I will. And chariot. Hello, Nubia. We was queens. Regensburg, what shall you produce? This is the problem. I would like to build the Hansa right now, but then I'm wasting the forest, right? So I'm building watermill first. Yeah. It has wheat there as well. I still have my suzerain status on these two cities, so that I'm fine with that. Okay, skip that. Governor title. Keep that as well. Okay, I'm gonna end this video here because timing's running out.